This is Ole Kirk Christensen, the founder of LEGO, and I'm building his workshop where he made wooden products more than 100 years ago. This is the story of how LEGO went from that workshop to the massive company it is today. But let's go back to Billund in 1932. Ole's house was the only house in town with a concrete pavement, which is a testament to his dedication to good quality. But Ole's business had seen better days. With the world economy in bad shape, he couldn't sell many of the big wooden projects that he used to, like ladders and furniture. He had to lay off all of his workers and try to keep making things on his own. But he still had a lot of little pieces of wood, so he had an idea. He made small wooden toys, like this, and this. He decided to name his company LEGO, which comes from the Danish words leg godt, meaning play well. Ole's son, Godfred Kirk Christensen, started helping him with the company to sell wooden toys. At first, Ole didn't get many sales, but over time, he got a reputation for making the best quality models, and people from all over the country came to buy the famous wooden LEGO toys. It was so successful, Ole was even able to rehire his workers. The best-selling LEGO toy in this time was a wooden pull-along duck, which is now a prized item in LEGO collections. Hey, maybe I'll get one. Or maybe not. Ole would only use the highest quality wood and put 3 layers of lacquer on every toy. His motto was only the best is good enough, and he stuck to it. But his son Godfred didn't always understand the motto. Godfred had the idea to put only 2 layers of lacquer on a batch of toys instead of 3. This way, they could save money by using less lacquer. But when he told his father about this, Ole was shocked. He told Godfred to unpack the toys and put the last layer on them. Now, Godfred understood the motto, only the best is good enough. But it was in Danish, so it actually sounded like det bedste ikke for godt. You know what, I better stick to English. And so, they continued to make the highest quality wooden toys. But then, everything changed. When World War II broke out, Germany invaded Denmark. During the occupation, there was a fire in the workshop. They tried to save it, but everything went up in flames. All of the toys were destroyed, but even worse, the drawings of the plans were destroyed, which would make it difficult to make the same toys again. Things were not looking good for the LEGO company. But then it started to get better. Ole rebuilt his house and made it even bigger. LEGO was once again able to produce wooden toys. Then, the Allies pushed back against the German army. It was a hard fight, but eventually they won the war. Denmark became free. By this time, Godfred was all grown up and taking much more responsibility in the company. Overall, things were looking up. The company was doing well. So well that Ole decided to buy a plastic injection molding machine to expand what they could do. With this machine, they would be able to make plastic toys as well as the traditional wooden toys. He learned how to use the machine and started making plastic products. But he wanted to make a different kind of toy out of plastic. Interlocking bricks. He tried a few different shapes, but settled on this one, which he called the automatic binding brick. When it was released in 1949, it was not initially popular. Customers much preferred LEGO's new plastic Ferguson tractor. That sold very well at the time, and is now a collectible piece of LEGO history. Maybe I could get one. Never mind. But the Christensens still believed in the automatic binding brick and kept working on it and improving it over the years. On Ole's 60th birthday, he took a picture with the 3 generations of Christensens: Ole, Godfred, and Godfred's son Kjeld. In 1955, Godfred launched the LEGO system, which was a set of products that could all be used together. And he had his own kids play with the toys for the cover photo. Because of the LEGO system, any brick produced after 1955 can fit together. Soon after, Ole Kirk Christensen died. And then the factory burned down again. Now, Godfred had to make a big decision. He could rebuild the factory as it was, Or he could leave out the wooden workshop and focus purely on the plastic bricks. He decided to leave out the workshop. Now, the company would only produce toys in the Lego system. But now, the small town of Billund was getting too small for the Lego company. So Gottfred decided to build an airport to provide more access to the rest of the world. People flew into Billund from all over just to visit the factory. So Gottfred decided to give the visitors a proper place to go. He planned a theme park all about Lego. It would have rides and giant Lego models to look at. It would be called Legoland. So he set about building it. Legoland first opened in 1968 with these white pillars at the entrance, and they were guarded by 3 soldiers made of real Lego. Legoland opened with a tiny village made of real Lego called Miniland. It also had a city of the future, a medieval section with a castle, and even a giant running train. Legoland was so successful, the Lego company went on to build 10 more all over the world. And that wasn't the only thing in Lego news. The company made heaps of progress in the following years, launching Lego trains, Duplo,
Oh, Duplo bricks.
and Technic. In 1973, the first fan-made stop-motion Lego movie was made. This was before even the first Lego characters. The next year, in 1974, Lego introduced the Maxi figures. Wow! The same year, they made the first version of the minifigure. But it wasn't quite perfect, so they made another one a few years later. Now that's the face we all know and love. These minifigures were released with the first proper Lego themes: Castle, Space, and Town, which has since become Lego City. By this time, Lego had changed its logo to the iconic word on red square. Now that minifigures existed, more complex stop-motion animations could be made, like the Magic Portal. This was a classic Lego fan film, or brick film as they're now known, and it was a big leap forward in terms of technical quality. Lego fan animations were growing in popularity, and many classic animations were made in this time. These stop-motion animations would eventually go on to inspire the Lego Movie. It was a time of innovations for the Lego Group, and the number of different themes exploded, like Fabuland, Pirates, and the fan favorite Blacktron, and more. The first Lego store was opened in Sydney. It was a store dedicated just to Lego toys. The first glow-in-the-dark piece was a ghost, released in this set in 1990, and it glows pretty well. Surprise, Blacktron's back! But now it's gone again. So many things happened. Ice Planet, the first pink Lego bricks, Lego Aquazone, Dolphins, Gottfred dies. That last one isn't so good, and it sets the trend of Lego's story over the next few years. In 1998, Lego made its first ever yearly loss, losing $73 million. They updated the logo, but that didn't help. So the company devised an idea to bring itself back into profitability. Lego Star Wars! But that didn't save the company as they had hoped. Lego scrambled to put out products that might save the company. Rock Raiders, Life on Mars, Lego Sports, Harry Potter, Alpha Team, Bionicle, Jack Stone. I can see why that one didn't save the company. These figures are so ugly. In 1 year, Lego lost over $300 million and had to sell all of the Legolands. It was nearly bankrupt. However, Bionicle had been a massive success and was only growing. The first official Lego film was released called Bionicle: Mask of Light. And other things started working out for the company. They licensed properties like SpongeBob and Batman. They made new original themes too: Mars Mission, Lego board games, and the Lego collectible minifigures. The most rare and collectible of which is Mr. Gold. You know, I collect minifigures, but I don't have that one. And it looks like I won't get it. And when they made the Lego Star Wars video game, it was a huge success. So they made a bunch more Lego video games, which everyone loved. Now, Lego was thriving. They made solid gold C-3POs, which cost over $200,000. This is the most expensive LEGO minifigure ever, and only 5 were ever made. So it looks like that's not going in my collection either. They made the LEGO Millennium Falcon, which is a minifigure scale version of the ship, and it was their biggest ever LEGO set when it was released. Bionicle got discontinued. So long, partner. But they made Hero Factory instead, and that's pretty similar anyway. Then they released The Adventures of Clutch Powers, calling it the first LEGO movie. It wasn't though. The company made some other weird stuff, like this rap song.
Well, my name is Luis, I've got a black-eyed piece. Not a normal looking head like my good friend Ted, but if you're looking for 2 eyes, then you're in for a surprise, cause we're a little different from the rest of the guys.
That was kind of a strange time for official LEGO media. There was also those singing cowboys.
I love building, something I'll always do. Picking through the pile of bricks now, looking for the 4x2.
But let's move on. Then, in 2011, LEGO Ninjago was introduced, along with this absolutely killer theme song. That's even better than Black Eyed Peas. I can't believe they didn't win an Oscar for this. Ninjago was released with metal spinners, so the minifigures could use spinjitzu just like in the show. You spin them and they fight each other. It kinda sucked, so they dropped that gimmick. Then another hit, LEGO Friends. This theme is more geared towards girls and is one of LEGO's most successful themes ever. They didn't use minifigures in these sets, choosing instead to go with a more doll-like figure called a mini doll. They also introduced a bunch of new, pretty colors for Friends. Initially, there was a lot of criticism of LEGO Friends. People thought that the sets were too stereotypical, but the LEGO group said this is what girls wanted. Eventually, people moved on. In 2014, the LEGO Movie came out. It was based on all those fan animations from earlier, even referencing the Magic Portal. It made nearly $500 million in the box office, so of course they made a bunch more, but then a couple of them flopped, so they stopped making them. Bionicle is back! Oh, it's gone again. LEGO came out with loads of new themes, and some fancy themes for adults. They made their new biggest ever LEGO set, the Titanic, and then an even bigger set, the Eiffel Tower. And they made a social media platform too, so that's cool. By this time, Gottfred's son Kjeld is all grown up. In fact, he's so grown up that he's retired. His son, Thomas Kirk Christensen, is running the company now. LEGO is now the biggest toy company in the world, making nearly $2 billion per year. The Christensens were even able to buy back control over all the Legolands. Now, the LEGO Group is trying to be more environmentally friendly by using sustainable materials in their production. 75 years after the first LEGO brick was molded, more than 60 billion bricks are made per year. That's a lot of bricks. So LEGO went from a man making wooden toys in his workshop to the biggest producer of toys in the world. And that's the entire history of LEGO, right up to now.